Hello, my loyal subjects, Crystal Kitsune here, and we are back with REIGNS. Now, if you remember what this game is, it's kind of like Sort to Court, but I think it's got a little bit more dark history to it, kind of. You're a king, and you make decisions, and depending on what your decisions are, you can be either praised or exiled / killed, and you have to try and balance the three things, which is religion, people, army or whatever, and the money that you get. Depending on which decision you make, it varies depending on which game you play or which mode you're going through. It's different with each playthrough, and you're a different king each time. So hopefully it should pick up where we left off, because it was like a timeline. Like, this is how long. Yeah. Okay. So we had this. This is our first king. He lasted for only a few years. Come on, get back over there. I guess we have to go all the way. Okay. He lasted for 3 years, and then we had his death. And then Harry was the young was there for 7 years. Robert the Decisive was there for 6 years. Harry was there for 12 years, and he died. And then we had William, which was the sorcerer, 17 years in power. And then Baldwin, which was 8 years, and then Gerald, which it's still currently going, the devil, which is still currently going, and we got some people here. I'm not quite sure what this is, probably meetings of certain things. So, we have a balance of stuff right here, which is the religion, the people, our villagers, the army, and then the money that we have. So if you go through, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't even know I didn't even get to see what the question was. I'm sorry. Okay, so you click whichever way you want to go. If it's yes, you go one way. If it's no, then you go the other way. So I didn't even get to read the first question because I accidentally went like this. Okay, so we can never be too prepared. We need to recruit more soldiers. So I'm gonna say yes. There'll be more money, or less money, but okay. A body was found later that year, horrifyingly torn and bloated. Okay. Earthquake destroyed a large part of the capital. The city guards await your orders, so either prevent pillaging or save the victims. I think saving the victims would be... Okay, we just lost all our money, but... the mountainous region near the eastern border is unlawful and unruly. I don't care. What are the options? We could appoint Sir John to govern that region and make him pay for the privilege. Sure. That gives us some money. I accept, sire. It's great honor to bring rule to the savage. That savage kind of be strong, be fair. I say be fair. Okay, thanks to Sir John's actions, the mountainous region is now corrupt as well as unruly. That was quick. Sir John is the head of the large horde of half-bandits. Should I send in the army? Yes. I surrender, let me live, and I'll tell you where the bandits' treasure is, yes or no. Let's say no. The river drop is dry again. We should build a dam. Yes. Okay, so we found gold in the riverbed. What would you do with the income? Let's share it. Our country is ruined by Lord nobility own everything. What? It doesn't matter, we're dead. Okay, so our new forces, we are forced to exile and we die. So we lasted 11 years for that one with Gerald the devil. So now we go on to the next, because it's not just like, okay, you're a king and you do something and then you fail and then you start over again as that same king. You're a king, you do something, you die because of your actions, and then a new king comes in. So you're doing the same exact things, but you're just a different king each time. So now we were thank you, light, for doing that. This light, I swear, I've got this clip-on light on a tripod for a camera, and it keeps not wanting to stay up there. Now I got this big old light here in my face because of that. So hopefully it doesn't fall forward anymore, otherwise it's going to be on the floor or something and we won't have any light. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, so next. So he was there for 11 years. Now we are Edward, the 8th king. And we're getting up to these things here, which I'm not quite sure what they are. These, I don't remember what this was. But we got this guy. I think this is a duel. So that's a thing. I think we got some people over here that are interesting me. But we'll see what happens. My king, it seems your army has very poor hygiene. We should spend a bit on this problem. Sure. Cereals are very cheap these days, while we should adjust the price of bread. Lord, I'm Master Courtenay, the Merchants Guild Master. Please accept this token of gratitude. Sure. A miracle happened in the south. A statue of prophet is weeping blood. Should we claim it's genuine? No. Would you like to play Red Dwarf, my lord? Let's start with a small bet. I don't want to ruin you. No. The Vikings are attacking us. We should defend our kingdom from the north. Attack. Build a hospital to prevent the surge of epidemics. What about the doctor? Sorry, your urine smells like rhododendrons this morning. You should avoid riding for a while. Okay, well, do I really have to tell you why the doctor can't run the hospital? I didn't intend to, so what about the hospital? Sure, whatever. Mount Care, the hospital will limit the consequences of epidemics and catastrophes. Cool. This will have an effect every year. So far, each time we make a choice, it makes us be more... yeah. Each decision is a year, essentially, so... Unless it's like a follow-up question, then it doesn't count. But each time we make a decision, that's how many years we're in power. So already, we'll surpass the ones... I think 14 was the most that we did without dying, so we'll see what happens. We have a problem. A monk has started to bite his brothers, and it's spreading fast. General? Werewolves? Werewolves? I don't think so, no. You should call that a cruel lack of physical activity. The river drop is flooding in a large part of the country. We need help from the church and the army. We discovered the entrance of a crypt under the castle. I'm going in. Lose yourself in a dungeon. So we got that. So now we got some new cards. This will have an effect every second. Enter the dungeon. There's no way back in your absence. The kingdom ineluctably falls into anarchy. So now we're in a dungeon. There seems to be a door on the right, but it's not clear. Turn around. Carry on. You hesitantly touch the walls. There are two exits. Carry on. Carry on. This way. Dead end, you need to turn back. Turn around. Okay, so the walls are dark and sooty. The neutral door. The skeleton cries or laughs sinisterly. He has a very long sword. Attack. I suppose you didn't come here for my conversation. I wish. Cool. We did something. The skeleton crumbles. You decide not to stay around and see if he's able to rebuild himself. Use neutral door. Use the earth door. Okay, so we want a duel. There seems to be... It seems that there's a door on the right, but it's not clear. Okay, you need to turn around. Use the fire door. The air is lighter, but smells of sickness. Use arsenic door. Use the air door. If you feel fresh air, see some light behind the door, but it's closed. Kick the door. Kick the door. Your foot hurts. Your foot hurts. Kick the door. Try again. Kick the damn door. I guess it's not going to open. Okay. Did you find your way out of the dungeon? Maybe, but your new power is no more, and a new king is on the rise. Okay, so we died because we were in the dungeon. But we lasted for quite a while. We lasted for 10 years. So now we're the 9th king. We run a duel. So now, and each time we do something, there's like some quest things here on the bottom. So we did a duel and we did the other stuff. So now our other thing is to have an heir, try the blue one, and govern like a winner. So now we get to find out what the next thing is. So we got time to do a couple more rounds. You're governing like a loser. Pardon me? Guard. No, wait, just hear me out for a while. Guard. Graham Louston was executed shortly afterwards. The goldsmiths of the capital created a cartel to organize their trade. They want your approval. Yes. Would you like to marry the young princess of a neighboring kingdom? Sure. Thank you. There's a crisis in your church. We need to reform our religion. Well, not so fast. Sure, let's do it. Not so fast. The Queen of the South would like to help us in our effort to repel the invading armies. My love, I would like to organize a like a tournament, I guess. It's your 20th birthday, my lord. We should celebrate. Master Avanzor is conducting ungodly experiments. His very presence in this court is blasphemy. I would like to meet up with some of my scientist friends from the west in your castle. Your mines are not providing enough iron ore to make our weapons. We have to buy them abroad. Fine company of your drunken soldiers ransacked an abbey. We want justice. The price of chicken is soaring. Noblemen are speculating. We should say that we will regulate the trade. Okay, your threats of regulating the price of the chicken had a very positive impact on the market. Of course, no regulation actually took place. An explosion in the mine has killed at least 100 people. Should we continue to dig? I opened a trendy tavern near the harbor. Will you graciously loan me some money? While digging for gold, we found the entrance of a strange crypt. Very scary with ghostly voices and foul smells. Close that right away. My lord, what about a bit of fencing? A good teacher. Let's bet a bit of money. No. What side of the road should the carriages go? The harvest is a nightmare. People are famous. Please, sire, decrease the taxes. Your country's ruined, my lord. Merchants and nobility own everything. And we died. Okay, so 19 years in power for this one. So we got a little bit further along. Almost 20 years. So now we get to see. So look, 19 years in power. So now we get to be King George X. King. Try the blue one, become like a winner, have an heir. So those are our missions. Long live the king. I will pray you for your prosperity, your majesty. The miners are refusing to dig in the mine. We want a raise. Sure, whatever. We'd like to build a school in the capital for enlightenment of the people. No. We arranged a wedding for the princess of the north that will stop the war. Yes. Don't like Justice William. He's a crazy fraud. Sure. I found blue and brown mushrooms in the forest. The blue one seems edible. Give it to me. 8 days. Try the blue one. This will have effect every year. You suddenly feel happy, then strange things start to happen. Now we get to see weird things. Cereal is very cheap these days, my lord. You should adjust the price of bread. Raise it slightly. Queen Laurentia is loved by the people and the army. Give her more power. A duke decided to re-establish the feudal right, allowing a lord to bed women during... excuse me. A duke decided to re-establish the feudal right, allowing a lord to bed a woman during her wedding night. Let him do what he wants. That shall not pass. A group of people have become enraged and now hunting witches. Are we allowed to kill if necessary? Sure. Apparently this derangement was caused by rye grain poisoning. Should we burn our stocks? Okay, with your stock depleted, there is a reasonable chance that your people will starve in the following years. Okay, whatever. I can't help it. I can teach a few things about white magic. No. The eastern baronies are at war again, and their population is crossing our frontier as we speak. Welcome them. We should build embassies in neighboring countries. It would be a good way to prevent wars, yes. There has been an explosion in the capital. We don't exactly know what happened. Shall we close the gates of the city? My lord, the wolves are eating our children. Can we hunt them? You're bluffing. I'll hunt them myself. You have suffered a terrible accident during the hunt. You're bleeding so much. Get a doctor. Get a doctor. Akin, I sense decay inside of you. You're going to die if we don't intervene. Okay, so we lost a war. Your country is ruined. Merchants own everything. Okay, so now we... 15 years in power. So that's awesome. We got time for one more, and we'll see what happens. George the One-Handed. That's funny. Okay, so... Now we are on the 11th king. We did that one. Govern like a winner, have an heir, and recruit the spies. So those are our missions for this episode. Or this round, I guess you could call it. You should organize a curfew. The streets of capital are not safe at night. Yes. Whispering. A young woman claims that her son is in fact your bastard. Should we make them disappear? Sure. You'll never hear from the woman again. The Merchants Guild is selling goods traditionally produced by the Abbey. Put an end to this. My lord, you can't stop trade. Please reconsider, even if it means paying new taxes. Tweet. Thank you. A convent of nuns has started meowing like cats. It's starting to spread to the village. Why would I care? The nuns kept meowing for ages. In the end, the church declared them heretics and burnt down the convent. Okay. We need to build a new church. Don't we have enough? No. The Vikings are attacking us. We should defend our kingdom from the north. Attack. The king of the west is offering to buy a small part of the country. Your lord, your mighty leader, I bow to your greatness. Lower. The folks of a remote village are teaching their children to spit on the king's men. Should we make an example? Your people are famished and the unrest is spreading. Oh, we died. Castle is ransacked, your court disperses, and you're left with pigeons to rule over. So we didn't actually die, but they just kind of all left. So that's kind of weird. Well, we technically died, but we just ruled pigeons instead of anything else. Okay, one more. Since that one was so short, we get to do another one. Okay, Grr. Who's in charge of this bird? Oh, my lord. Would you be interested in bold enterprise? You can invest in the slave trade. I guarantee it will keep the treasury afloat. As long as I don't know the details. The slave trade gives you access to infinite amount of cash, but what about your soul? I have no soul. The ship has been quarantined. It may be the plague. Shall we quarantine the whole port? Yes. The kingdom of the south claims that you're betrothed due to the young princess. Declining may trigger a war. Sure, whatever. Visited one of the slave ships. It's unbearable. But it's profitable. Master Courtenay leaves the court shortly afterwards and never comes back. Lord, would you like to hunt some pigs? Sure. When it's successful, we have a very fine banquet today. Give the food to the people. Give the food to the people. The fortress is too weak. We need to build a new tower. Master says, I'm offering you the services of Master Spy. Signed P. Yes. Okay, so that was one of our missions. Your country is so rich, we're throwing a party to celebrate with the most expensive food money can buy. Sure. What? Sure. You eat so much that you end up choking. Everyone is drunk, so your death is only noticed the following morning. That's a weird way to die. Sure. So it seems to me like you can have not enough of something, or you can have too much of something. So we went through a lot of these different rounds where like we ran out of money, and then the people revolted, and then it was like a free world basically. There was no monarchy, so it was ruled by the people instead of by somebody else. That seems to be like the biggest trend. But however, in this particular one, we had so much money that we were rich, and we celebrated, but we still died because we choked on some food and everybody was drunk that didn't even notice until the next day. So it seems like you have to balance it out. You can't be greedy and be super rich or have a lot of people or whatever, because I think if you have like too many people, they'll definitely overthrow you because there's more people there and they'll revolt. You can't have too much in the church, because I think that would also have problems. Like they'll, I don't know, but it seems like it has to be split down the middle. It can't have too much and you can't have nothing. So if you run out of money, you get killed. If you have too much money, you get killed or die. So I'm thinking that you have to find the happy medium between the two. So during the slave trade, I should have gotten it to where I had a lot of money. And then when that thing says the thing was unbearable, I should have said, okay, we'll stop the trade. And then we still would have had some money, but it wouldn't have gotten up so high that we got greedy and we died. So I think it kills you off regardless of the fact of whether you are poor or super rich. So we have to watch that next time when we play. So we got through a couple more kings. We got through 5 or 6 of them. So here is our things. We got 10 out of 45 objections done. The Trump, govern like a winner. The father, have an heir, and then we've got a bunch of other things. So we got those ones. Memento Mori, marry the young. This is how we died. Harry the Young drowned. This guy was locked in the dungeon. We've got impaled. We've got beheaded. We got ruled by pigeon, or we ruled pigeons. Choked to death. That was a lot of that one left in a pool of blood or mud or whatever. So there's a bunch of different kinds of ways to die apparently, but we haven't unlocked all those yet. Then we got portraits. We got the priest, the diplomat, the queen, the nobleman, the bird, the farmer, the doctor, the duke, the general, the merchant, the... Oh, come on. Come on. Jester, the monk, the witch, the courtesan, the royal dog, the blackbird, the ghost, the dungeon, the nun, the executioner, the werewolf, the skeleton. So yeah, it's just a bunch of different things. And we got mount care, the hospital will limit the consequences of epidemics and catastrophes. So hopefully that should be a thing from now on. And that's just that. Okay, so we did a lot today in this particular episode. If you like this video, make sure to give it a like and share with your friends. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And if you go over here, there'll be a video that YouTube suggests that you check out. There will be my face. You can click there to go subscribe if you want. And here will be a link to the merchandise store. Just click on that. You can go get a t-shirt or a tote bag.